Donovan, good citizen. Maybe he'll tell us what that's about. Sadiq.
Whenever the cop asks me for ID, gotta get your name? No, just call me good citizen.
Okay. Anyway, it is the Demetri K Show, and as always, it is the purpose. Well, the purpose is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people. I'd like to say hello to those on Facebook, the audience that provides all of the commentary, and to YouTube. You'll see this in all of its glory when it's produced and everything. Thank you so much. And if you're not already subscribed, please do so you can get more insightful commentary. And to those on the podcast, there's so many of them now. I can't even keep up. We got, like 6, 7, 8 podcasts
We're
now?
actually on 9 different
podcasts. So hello to everybody on there. And eventually we'll get good enough to actually take your questions, because we don't see the questions for whatever reason until the podcast is over. So anyway, today we're going to be talking about getting on code with Byron Allen and Colin Kaepernick. So that can mean a whole host of things. And so I'll get to you guys' comments on here on Facebook, every last one of them, unless they're silly, which, is rarely that they are. So hello. And got to give a shout out to my boy Marcus for everything that he does behind the scenes to make the show go farther. And then again, I ain't got to thank Donovan, but I'm going to thank Donovan, because Donovan does a whole lot to actually make the platform go far too. With
keeps
all
growing
the
and it keeps growing, and they keep trying to shut us down, and it just keeps growing and it keeps growing.
Thank you so much. And so I'm going to go ahead and get started, if that's okay with you. Let me open up my notes. And I don't have a lot of notes because I want to... I didn't really do a lot of notes today. We're going to do a little bit more dialogue. And so, and make sure I don't miss anybody's comments today. All right. So, Black people, you like how I started that off? Need to get on code with Byron Allen and Colin Kaepernick. But what does it mean to get on code? Because we hear that a lot. Oh, we need to get on code. We need to get on code. Well, getting on code means sticking together in order to move the ball forward. So what's the ball? Whatever, the ball is obviously a symbol of, let's say, economics, civil rights, just anything that Black people need and want. That is what the ball signifies. And getting on code means staying together, right? It means sticking together in order to achieve Black liberation, sticking together to improve our current situation. So that's what staying on code means. All right. Now, Byron Allen is engaged in a major lawsuit with Comcast. Now, Comcast, as most people know, is a major television conglomerate, if you will. They're a cable station. They have several television outlets, and they carry actually other people's channels. And so Byron Allen is stating, in his lawsuit that Comcast has a monopoly, but they have discriminated against him and not allowing him to have any of his channels on their platform. Now, so Comcast is saying, well, that's not true. We just don't want Byron Allen's stuff on our network or our medium, if you will, because they're not good enough. He doesn't provide the type of entertainment we want, and, it doesn't really have an audience for it.
So BET is...
Well, they're providing what keeps us asleep, if you will. And so Byron is fighting back by saying, well, we happen to have, there's at least 100 of your shows are not as highly rated as a lot of our shows. In fact, we have shows and content that have been Emmy nominated and have won Emmys, but there's at least 100 of the channels that Comcast carry that hasn't won Emmys or been nominated, and he's saying that these channels are white owned, and so he's saying, per their argument, well, that doesn't wash, because I do provide good content. And so also at stake with this is the Civil Rights Act of 1866 that says that freed Black people, or slaves back then, that were freed, will be able to enter into business contracts, without being discriminated against, as a white person would be able to enter into. And so he's saying if Comcast wins, that could change the whole trajectory of what's going on, or what happened with the 1866 Civil Rights Act, and that they can say, and this is his words, they can clearly say, well, 99% of it is because you're Black, But the other part is the 1% is because you're wearing tennis shoes.
So why aren't the Democrats helping Byron Allen and saying, God, how they treat black people, since we're the defenders of black folks and you guys are the backbone of our party. Where are the black women?
He actually, to your point, since you brought it up, does give Kamala Harris a lot of recognition for helping him write. I forget what it's amicus something. Okay. Helping him move the ball forward in regards to his lawsuit and a whole host of other black lawmakers. But he does take the Black Caucus to task and saying that only 8 of them out of all the ones that are there have come on board to help him.
There's over 30 members of the Black Caucus.
So only 8 of them so far has come on board to say, hey, we're with you and we're standing with you.
Where's Nancy Pelosi in the Democratic Party?
He didn't say anything about Nancy Pelosi, but a lot of them, does sound like a lot of them are in favor of what he's doing, right? And so...
But they didn't want to be out in the forefront to take the hit. Right. They didn't want to seem like they're supporting black guys.
He's calling them out, though. Yeah. So now he's firmly believing that the rest of the Black Caucus is going to come on board because now they've been outed.
Wow, I got to drag them and they're supposed to be looking out for us.
Well, one thing I like about Byron Allen is he is a really good salesman, which brings me to my next point. And so he also addressed this on, I hate this thing is moving so much. He also addressed it on the Roland Martin show, because Roland Martin asked me, says, okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate, kind of, sort of. What do you say to the people who say, oh, well, you're just doing this to help yourself? This is just for you.
And what if that's true?
And he's saying, know what? Forget me. Mm-hmm. He says, what are they doing to fight for civil rights?
Thank you.
Because there's normally people who aren't doing anything to fight for civil rights or any of that kind of stuff that's saying, well, look at him. Mm-hmm. He's only doing this for him. It's hot. It's going to help black people. He with a white woman. And I always say this. What are you doing with your black wife? What are you doing with your black man to move the ball to help liberate black people? Because I always see people point out, oh, he's with a white woman. She's with a white man. But what are you doing with your black spouse?
Right. Why should that person be happy? You're right. He shouldn't be with that person that makes him happy.
I mean, at the end of the day, to me, that's just, that's a distraction. Because he also made the point that, hell, I got a lot of money. I don't need to be doing this. Mm-hmm. He said, so actually what I'm doing, which is true, if you really think about it, is actually helping everybody else. I mean, he talked about P. Diddy and Magic Johnson and how they were actually, it's proven that they've been blackballed by Comcast and to fail. And if you guys remember, as he talked about P. Diddy, he owns Revolt TV, he actually had to lay off a bunch of people because he didn't have the money or the outlets or the royalties, I guess. I forget what he's calling
the advertising dollars to come back.
Yeah, he calls it something else, though, to support what he's doing. So I had to lay off a lot of people.
Right.
So it actually helps everybody else. And even a small entrepreneur who might want to go into business, it helps them from not being discriminated against. But again, if Comcast wins, then it hurts everybody. At the end of the day, Byron's going to be all right. He's got a lot of money, right? Okay.
What show was Byron Allen on that we grew up on? Real People.
He was on Real People, which he says that he was the first reality television show star, and it's true. Okay. And so, Colin Kaepernick. Why do we need to stay on code with Colin Kaepernick? Well, let me break it on down for you. So, as you guys heard, and it's been talked about all week. After fact, it was talked about last Tuesday when everybody found out that the NFL was going to give Colin Kaepernick a shot. So everybody's kind of excited, but then people are a little bit on the thinking side was like, well, kind of sounds like a setup. Let's wait and see. Because everybody was asking me about it. I said, well, let's just wait and see what happens, right?
Like she knows football.
Well, I don't know. I know a little bit about football. I just haven't watched it due to the
yeah, me neither.
Right. And so my answer is always, let's just wait and see. And so Saturday came where he was supposed to try out, from what they're telling us, for 32 teams, but Colin ended up moving the venue from where it was originally to, I guess, a high school field because,
small venue.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was necessarily I guess it was a smaller venue, but the field was still the same, if you will. But he moved it because it sounds like originally the NFL wanted to keep it private.
Right.
They didn't want it to be open, and he was like, no, we're going to invite the media. I want to be able to have my people there. I want people to be able to see exactly what I'm doing, so that way the NFL will not be able to write the
that
narrative.
Right? They'll have that narrative like, oh man, he was out of shape.
Yeah,
he was
did okay, but
yeah.
It's like, no, let the people decide my
smart.
abilities. Right. And so then you have Stephen A. Smith. I want to call him
Coonan.
something else.
Coonan.
See, you said it, I didn't. He gets on this big tirade about how he blew it. He really, and yeah.
You want to know why Stephen A. Smith is doing that? He is now the highest paid coon
He's
on
their
ESPN.
boy.
Right.
He's their boy. And so he gets on, he does this long rant and rave how Kaepernick really didn't want to play. He's playing games.
I just hate the way that these guys who look like they've never played sports in their life, they are automatically self-proclaimed experts.
Yeah, and then he's talking about how Jay-Z and ESPN and the NFL
work so hard.
Yeah, work so hard to do this, that, and the other, and how dare. I mean, he's really taking this personally, right? So a lot of people were eating Stephen A. Smith lunch because they said what you call them and a whole host of other things. That Colin Kaepernick was smart in not letting them
control the
narrative because, you know, and I was like, I so dislike his girlfriend. I'm just kidding. Because I'm like, why can't he be my son-in-law? Like, seriously. This guy is so freaking woke. Because a lot of times, and I'm going to get to my point, but a lot of times you hear people say about Colin, oh, he needs to speak for himself. Well, how come he lets his girlfriend speak? And all these other people speak. Now, this is the prime example of speak when you have something to say. I don't know if you saw him speak yesterday, but he was like, listen, and I'm paraphrasing.
He's trying to concentrate.
He says, game's over. I came and did what I had to do. The ball is in their court, and he told the scouts, then I'm going to tell your owners to quit running. If they really want to sign me, they saw what I did. There is no, smoke and mirrors and all that stuff. Shot up the fingers and kept it pushing.
Right.
Okay?
Right. He's there for business. He wants,
exactly.
handle his business.
Right. I don't have anything to hide, right? All right. And so we need to stay on call with Cap, because selling out has never gotten us anywhere. And so for a lot of people to say, well, he should just deal with the NFL wanting him to do, it's like, do you guys not understand anything yet? I'm not talking about y'all.
Isn't that the plantation mentality? Just do what the master tells you to do, and you won't get beat.
It's the same thing people are saying about Monique. Just give in. Just do it. Just take what and
Did you say that to Muhammad Ali?
Yeah, but Byron Allen actually made the good point a while back when he said that Comcast wanted him to talk, if you call off the lawsuit, then we'll talk to you. And he's like, nah, that's not how that works. He said, because now you're treating me like a monkey and offering me bananas. He says, that's not what you do with the white boys.
See, but a lot of us, and let's be honest, a lot of us who don't have the education or the inflection, we would have done.
Right.
Exactly. And that's what they depend on.
But he's saying, y'all don't offer peanuts and bananas to the white boys. He says, when they want to negotiate with you, you've given them an offer. Okay, we're going to offer you this. We're going to do that. If you come sit with us, not just, if you call off the lawsuit, boy, then we might entertain. No, make me an offer. And so the same thing with Colin Kaepernick is like, if he would have just played ball with the NFL and did what they wanted to do, he'd be playing. But see, and then somebody made an issue, said, well, why did he wear his Kunta Kinte shirt? And I asked,
what difference does
what's wrong with wearing the Kunta Kinte shirt?
Yeah,
is Kunta Kinte offensive?
I thought we were in a free country. Express yourself.
Right, but even if
so what?
Right, that's what I'm saying. But what did Kunta Kinte do to not warrant having his name on somebody's shirt? Did he do something awful and evil?
Right. Now, Colin Kaepernick, obviously he's a very smart man.
Very smart.
And moves in silence. Now, could he be subliminally sending a message saying, when Kunta Kinte kept trying to run from the plantations owners, even though they cut his foot off, he still continued to run?
Right, and I think that's very subliminal. But see, people are so caught up in he had a Kunta Kinte shirt on, and he knows those good white people ain't gonna like it, and he just rubbing salt in the wounds, and he's just trying not to get picked up. It's like, to your point, and my point, ain't nothing wrong with Kunta Kinte.
Right.
And to your other point, it was subliminal.
Right.
Even though you think you've crippled me, I'm still standing.
And I'm still going to continue to fight to
as
be
I've
free.
been doing. And I don't think Colin Kaepernick even went thinking they was really going to give him a job.
Right.
I think he went to prove a point and shut up the naysayers like, listen, I still got it. I told you I still got it, but now that you see, anything else that people come with is bullshit.
Right.
Not
Not only did he got it, he got his payout.
Right.
And he's going to show you, hey, I still can play. So what's your excuse now? Because
Right.
again, why is it that Robert Kraft has yet to be perp walked
Well,
for human trafficking? Now, you let an NFL player do that, that person is suspended indefinitely, such and such and such and
at
such
the end of the
and
day, though, I
such.
think we need to realize that Robert Kraft is one of them.
Yeah.
So they're not never going to take Robert Kraft
Right,
to
to task.
Right.
Again, the Kunta Kinte cloth, that's what I got out of it. It's a subliminal message
That's
as
exactly what it
this
is.
is how they're treating us in this organization.
And he's saying, I'm not going to stop running. I
Exactly.
think that's what that said.
Yes.
And so anyway, we really need to stop the divide and conquer tactics against our own people. Because I see people a lot, especially on my timeline. Oh, Byron Allen he's an agent. He's not really for black people.
The sad thing is a lot of the people that are like talking about Byron Allen don't even know who he is.
Right. Or, Colin Kaepernick, he got his money and, he ain't this and he ain't that. He ain't black.
So
he's
obviously,
raised by white people.
so obviously his most people that play football played it all of their lives. So he should just stop giving up something that he loves to do.
Well, it's part of the divide and conquer. And I'm going to get to every last one of you guys' comments. It's part of the divide and conquer tactics. And I don't think we realize that we're doing that a lot, that we are so divisive. Like, it's all the old people used to say, ooh, child, that money just gonna burn a hole in your pocket. Like when you get a little piece of something, you're happy when it's gone. And so for me, the naysayers, they're not happy until we don't have anybody fighting for us. You think about people like Colin and Byron, they don't have regular black people problems, if you will. They could go off and live a nice life, but the fact that they are standing up for the plight of black people, we still have black people who are trying to demonize them and make them something they're not, right?
Right.
And so if we don't get rid of the divide and conquer mentality, we are going to disappear. I'll get to you guys.
Before you get to the comments, I noticed you have a very, very nice purplish princess outfit.
Yes.
Could you give us a...
Actually, this outfit was made for me by a company called Money in Milk. They asked me to wear some of their stuff. I'm actually going to put the pictures up on my Facebook later on today so you guys can see it. But it's pretty cool. I'm a little bit on the warm side, but I'm always warm.
Right,
so
right.
anyway.
How much does an outfit like this cost?
I don't know because it was given to me.
Oh, it's a
it's a custom
special
made.
edition,
It's
custom made, right?
Gotcha. And so it has the little details and stuff on here.
I like that. I like that.
It's a short set, actually. I stand up, but y'all ain't ready.
Yeah, no, y'all ain't ready for that.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, y'all.
We'd have 1,000 viewers.
So anyway, what's happening, Tay? What's up, DD?
Yep.
Hello to everybody on here.
Thank you guys
And
for
again,
being
if you guys
loyal.
are watching in the watch parties, please come over to the side of town so I can actually see your comments. And let's see. Yeah, Marcus is giving the link. Hello to everybody. I'm trying to get to these comments. And Tay says, I was proud of Cap for changing the venue. He's in charge of his own fate. Yes. Why don't I understand why people are mad at that? He's like, you're not going to pigeonhole me.
He's doing something that they're afraid to do them damn selves.
Right, just take it.
And that's our problem as a people. We want other people to free us.
No, And hey, Dean, what's happening? It says, hey guys, yeah, Cap did what he was supposed to do. These Negroes love massa. Yeah, just do what massa say now. I know that biscuit ain't warm as it was, as you wanted it to be, but it's a biscuit.
Hello.
And Tori, what's happening? Says, was proud. Cap, he has done enough right now. We support Cap to a limit, and until we as NFL fans step up, and we as NFL fans step up, I say, Cap, get back on that NFL payroll. Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice because then I could watch football again. My man is an avid football fan, and I can't watch out of solidarity. Not really just because it's Kaepernick, but because of what he's fighting for. Gosh.
Right. I can't watch because I get threatened with physical.
That's right, I stab you. And Al says, is that the same as everyone jumping on Myles Garrett for the helmet fight? So you're talking about the fight that took place. I didn't watch it Thursday night.
Yeah, where the Negro was provoked by the racist white boy, and he used the helmet, which to me was totally...
It was, but if you really look at it, he was like, get off of me, because the white boy kept antagonizing him.
Exactly.
I mean, he's poking the bear, eventually going to kick your ass.
But using a helmet, that's kind of...
I agree. You know, it was a lot.
Yeah, because the brother just, come on, man, knuckle up. You could take him knuckle up.
But I think they all should be suspended.
Yeah.
You know,
everybody,
should be sitting
exactly.
Up like, wow.
Exactly, because it takes two to tango.
Right. So, yes, Al. And then Tay says, no, a lot of black people are aware of their contribution to the divide and conquer. I'm all for having an individual opinion, but we have to stop tearing each other down. Absolutely, because that's what's happening. I mean, gosh, like if we would just get on cold, imagine if every black football fan boycotted the NFL for a week.
Oh, they would be in panic.
Man.
Panic mode.
Things would have been a game changer, but we won't stay on cold because, I really love my team and, I got to do this. I got just like a week. It's going to kill you to do this for a week?
Al.
And Al says Kanye did a great job at Lakewood. So Kanye was at Pastor Joel Osteen's church, and he did, I guess, a sermon concert or something. And I said this about Kanye. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about Kanye. I have my feelings about Kanye. Sure. I think he's off basis a lot. But when I saw that he went and visited those inmates in the jail in Houston, I said, you can't be mad at that.
Well, guess what? It isn't because he wanted to do so. Big ups to Kim Kardashian. She's doing a lot of stuff in silence.
Right. And so regardless if she made him, he still went and gave those people a little bit of hope and happiness that day. Gosh.
Well, I'm glad she's giving him direction, or whoever's doing it. If he's a mindset change.
And I get what you're saying. Yeah. But I think we need to get out of that mindset, well, he this and he that.
Right.
Something
positive.
Nobody's perfect. We all do things that we could have, should have, would have, shouldn't have done. But with the stuff, the shenanigans that he has going on a lot, he does do good things. And going to see people in prison who sometimes are hopeless, depressed, and and all of that, that's a good thing, I think.
Well, again, Al, you're in a state. That's why I can never move to Texas. All this evidence for that one guy. I don't want to go off subject, but I'm just saying we need to do away with the death penalty because it is so messed up.
Oh yeah.
So that's just my little thing.
And we'll talk about that. You're talking about Rodney Reed.
Yeah.
And Al says, yes, sir, down. Yes, sir, down, because you know what? Your daddy told you about clothes. Oh, ha. Right. Don't be talking about your clothes. Hey, the car said, tell it like it is. T.I. is, cuzzo. That's right. And let's see. And he also say they hated Clay, but mourned Ali.
Yep.
Yes. Ain't that weird? Talking about Cassius Clay. And then, then when he was Cassius Clay, and
he was popular and everything,
he was transitioning over to the Nation of Islam. Oh my God!
Yeah, how dare he?
When he became conscious, and then, like you said, upon his
death,
they
put him through it. Yep.
He was this big time,
icon.
Exactly. So good point. And Tori, you said just what you said. It's what I mean. Our support is not consistent for Cap as NFL fans. It's unfair for him to sacrifice so much continuously, yet we give our dollars to the NFL like nothing ever happened. Absolutely. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's like if we were just to stick together for a week, we could move the ball. A week on a lot of stuff.
A lot of
things. If we move the step together for a week and just automatically says, okay, we validated and saw that it's something we need to be doing. Because again, a lot of causes aren't really worth the time, but there are some that are worth the time. If we just stuck together for a week on a lot of stuff, we'd be dope.
Well, and again, it would make, people say that doesn't make a difference. It does make a difference because if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense.
Absolutely. And Tay says, Kim isn't doing that on her own. She has black women lawyers that are doing the work behind the scenes. Kim is just a face because she's famous. No, absolutely.
Right. But what we're saying is for her to even give her attention and to use those resources, I think is big ups to her. Even though I didn't get my turn, big ups to her. Big ups to her.
And to your point, Tay, so yes, there are two black lawyers, Brittany somebody, and I can't remember the other sister's name, but they are actually the brains behind it. And Kim is not only the face, and they've said too that Kim has donated a lot of money so that they can go work, because it's expensive to try to vindicate people who are condemned, especially who are overly condemned, and people who are innocent. So Kim has put up a lot of money, and yes, she has used her platform, and she said, and I'm not like necessarily Kim Kardashian fan, but I'm one of those people. I'm gonna give them credit for the good they do too, because Kim Kardashian, I heard her say in a few interviews that she realizes when she was younger, being half naked and talking about myself all the time and all that. She says she needs to evolve and actually
mature,
doing stuff for other people. And since then, that's what she's been doing. I mean, she's gotten a lot of black people free.
Well, I also got to remember this. White people in general, they don't really know our struggle. So this woman now has black children.
Right.
And it probably woke her up at what these kids are going to have to deal with.
She's got black sons.
Yeah, as they get older.
Right. You know? And so Al says, Kanye said that God took the greatest rapper ever and changed him. Yes, I saw that. And changed him into a man of, I guess, substance and of God and all that. You know, I'm not mad at Kanye with that. I mean, if that's his personal journey, great. I mean, now he said a lot of other stuff that's like, oh. But, you know, some people get to where they need to go a lot differently.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, if you can turn a hoe into a housewife, you can turn to God. Well, am I lying?
I don't know. Have you ever turned a hoe into a housewife?
No, not yet.
So how do you know? Some shit you heard.
No, I'm just saying. Kim was out there, so
Got it. And Tori says we have no faith in the power of unity. No, because especially this generation here, or this generation, or I guess I should say this wave after the civil rights movement, we lost that because we thought once, and Jonelle talks about this a lot, the illusion of inclusion. Once we got everything we thought we wanted, like drinking out of water fountains and sitting with
something that has never been done before. I'm gonna make sure my kids, which is our generation, we're gonna experience that.
Yeah, remember I want back them to go to school with everybody.
Yeah, remember back in the day, we had our own stores in our own neighborhoods, and then now you can go up to uptown with Mr. Charlie. I remember my grandma used to take us uptown to Woolworth all the time, and that was like a big trip. And you're thinking, look, we could spend money here.
Right.
Wow.
Right, but now it's unity. But back then they knew what that was because that's all they had with each other. It wasn't we living with white people now, y'all.
Right.
You know, and hey, Huey says, yes, she's doing a lot of good. I respect. Yeah, I mean, we got to give credit what credit is due because it's easy to hate on Kim. Oh, she's here, she's that. But she is doing godly. She's doing
the thing is,
a lot of people who've gotten out of prison that were doing life.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I don't hate on her. You know, like I said, anybody that's doing that, she's not even in a elected position to do something. You got black people that are in elected positions that do nothing.
Sitting on their hands. And yes, you guys, if you see the link, please tap on the link so that you can join the conversation. Because I can't see it in the watch parties. I wish I could. But come over here and I can see your comments. And let's see here. Are there any more comments? Yes. Hey, Jonelle, what's happening? He says, peace to everyone.
Yes. Educate us, brother. Educate us.
And Tori says, Donovan, stay focused, brother. Laugh out loud. And hello to everybody that's on here. So, yes. So, I think I know we need to stay on code. It's something that we need to learn how to do. And I know because Dr. Joyce DeGruy talks about this a lot in her, I call it a masterpiece, Post-Traumatic Slave Disorder, where a lot of things that happened in slavery all those years ago are still here in 2019 because of stuff that's just been passed down.
Y'all need to get over that.
Huh?
Get over that.
Well, I mean, but we keep teaching that to
get over that. Y'all black folks need to get over that.
We keep teaching.
But wait, have you gone to the Holocaust Museum?
No, for
See?
What
See, they want us to get over what they want us to get over, but they can never forget what happened to them.
Right. You know, I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about the Holocaust, but why do I need to go?
Right, exactly.
Now, we got the... Farrakhan said once when he was on I think it was the Phil Donahue show. Remember he was on the Phil Donahue show back in the 80s?
That great suit.
And somebody did bring up the Holocaust. Well, you know, what about the victims of the Holocaust? And he was
black people had nothing to do with the Holocaust.
He's like, man, the stuff black people been through would make a brass monkey shed a tear.
Right.
Okay? No shade to the Holocaust, but don't try to make a comparison. Right. You know? Black people have been through hell on earth and still going through hell on earth.
And still here. And they said over 100 million people, black people, took part in the transatlantic slave trade. And at the end of the Civil War, there wasn't even 20 million people in the Western Hemisphere.
Right. What happened to those people?
What happened to 80 million black people?
What, like 4 million people left?
And that's in the United States. But in the Western Hemisphere, there wasn't less.
Right.
There was less than 20 million black people in the Western Hemisphere. So what happened to the 80 million?
And so I don't see any more comments. That's why. And then Julie, she's replying to Al. It was like a face like she's it's gonna it's sick. But all right. So speaking of the things that we passed down from slavery, you guys have probably seen the video of the black mom where she was beating her son. Apparently, from what I heard or from what she said, I don't know how true it is. The little boy told his teacher that he was going to kill the teacher somehow in a fit of rage. I guess the boy couldn't have been more than 5.
Is that the one where She was in front of the
the
teacher?
one that you sent me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so
okay.
I guess the backstory was the little boy told his teacher, I'm going to kill you, or threatened to kill her, I guess. So the mom comes up to the school, and the little boy's at lunch, and she brings him out of the lunchroom, and she's whooping him
on that ass.
She's calling him a nigga. I'm going to punch you in your motherfucking face. Her words, not mine.
I ain't got time for this bullshit,
Yes, yeah,
coming off my job. I applaud her for taking immediate action, but, coming to the school. But to physically assault your child like that, totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. Because like I said, remember the situation when my son got in a situation? I got on the plane that night and I was there the next day. See, I applaud the action of getting there. But the physicality, can't applaud that.
I'm just one of those people, like Al hates when I say this, but it's true. When you know better, you do better.
Right.
Have I whooped my daughter before? Yeah, I can count the times that I have. But it wasn't often. It was one of those as-needed type things.
I don't think you could take her now.
But I think we need to get more into parenting from our mind than we do our hands.
Right.
And to the point that I was making is that that's something that's passed down. I'm going to subjugate this little boy in front of these white teachers, this whole white institution. I'm going to beat the hell out of him.
Make him apologize for something.
Right. And I'm thinking, well, damn, if he's that damn bad, whose fault really is it? Is his parents' fault that he's that bad? I mean,
say that again.
To the point to where he had
to
get
that again.
I mean, that was brutal. What she did.
Say that again.
But with that stuff that we've learned, and Dr. Joyce DeGruy, and I'm gonna get to you guys' comments. Dr. Joyce DeGruy, you guys should look her up. Her work is fantastic. But she explains it in that she says she gave an example of a black woman might get a compliment from a white woman, and the white woman might say, "Oh, your son is really smart. Oh, he's brilliant," and she'll say, "Oh, he does all right. He's just okay." She don't
want to brag.
Well, no, it's not that she doesn't want to brag. It's because it's learned behavior from slavery. Because during slavery, she said the black mom would talk down and bad about the son because she didn't want the slave master to come take him.
Right.
She wanted the slave master to think that he was slow or something wrong with him because she couldn't bear for him to be snatched away
and split up the families and stuff.
So it's something that just traveled over all these years, and subconsciously we still do that to our kids. And so we need to get rid of, the slave mentality that we have, right?
Good point.
All right, so let me get to the rest of these comments. And Jonelle says, I'm learning too. Our self-destruction has been whipped into us for over 400 years. From the ways of these heathens, we need a detox and renewal of our own minds on all levels. Absolutely. That's what we need. And that's going to start by us, the resurrectors. I want to start calling us that. Not that it's an original term for me, but that's what we are. Those of us who...
I'm a conqueror.
You're a conqueror. Yeah. Okay. The resurrectors to wake everyone else up by spreading the knowledge that we have, because that's how we unbrainwash each other, is by saying, hey, I hear what you're saying, but did you know? And not, well, you stupid, you coon, and not all of that kind of stuff, but in love. We got to correct in love. And Tay says, wait, the boy said what? This is what the mom was saying. And the other part of that story is the mom lost custody of all 5 of her kids.
What?
Well, I mean, when you
when you're that violent. Yeah.
When you record the stuff,
and
it gets on social media, I mean, and the crazy part is, too, I think the officials at the school should be brought up on charges because they're mandated reporters.
Right, and they didn't do anything to stop the physical, the physical altercation.
Nobody said, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Calm down, right.
Because now, not only that, you brutalize the child, but I'm going to lose my job. I mean, the people everybody around just stood there like...
Because they were scared.
I get being scared, but damn, now you coming up on question. I think everybody should have gotten in trouble. You're first reporter, whatever, mandated reporter. And Al says, since Kanye changed his name to the Christian name, the U.S. must change his name to, what's the use? The heck? Why the F not? And Tay says, woo! I remember when I got my behind whooped at school for fighting, I stepped way out of pocket and my mom whooped me in the principal's office. I was never that disrespectful again. But see, your mama whooped you in the principal's office.
In
back
privacy,
when we was going to school. Whoopings wasn't against the law at school.
There's a wood shit over there. You can just go back there and handle it.
The principals could whoop you. The vice
the
principal.
paddle. Yeah, the paddle. Had the paddle.
But see, your mama didn't have that all up on social media. You know what I'm saying? Because I get sometimes kids need their little butt whooped. I get that.
I don't believe Tay's mom whipped her. Her mom is too sweet.
But to put it on social media?
Mm-hmm. And Tay, you were too sweet of a child to be whipped like that. No, I don't believe it.
And Jonelle says it starts with the parents. Absolutely. Where did he learn that? I'm sure he saw somebody talking about killing somebody. Yeah. That's not something he just woke up unless his name is Damien.
Yeah, ask yourself with Netflix, Hulu, and what's on TV today, the kid's probably watching free TV, Fox, Power.
Or maybe he saw his mom and daddy, man, I killed you. You better
right, exactly.
Kill, you know.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly. The environment that as parents, are we monitoring what our children are watching?
Yeah, the baby couldn't have been no more than 5. Mm-hmm. And Brandy says, I was taught to make them think we slow. Yeah, and how many times have parents, we know parents do that, let's, make your kids think you're slow for a crazy check. Yeah. So you can get over on the government, get some social
And that's
security.
why 60% of all black students are in special ed classes.
For a check.
Right.
For a check, and then that follows them.
And because you're in a special ed class, guess what? You've just now destroyed that child's ability to even join the military or whatever.
And then they have limitations set on them because you're trying to collect a check.
Right.
And Tay says, for your information, I was fighting a boy that called me a vulgar names and swung on my and I swung on my teacher and two-pieced her. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. But your mom didn't step up for you and be like, nobody gonna hit. I can see Tay mom going, where's the boy at? Point him out.
Well, yeah. I mean, I get it because I've had to go to the school on my daughter twice in her academic career.
Yes.
And I have to set the record straight.
See, if you guys would have took karate like me in school, nobody would have messed with. And if they did, I had a big brother. Deal with him. Go to my brother.
And then she says, I earned that ass whooping. Yep. And Al says, some kids come from a good parent home and still lash out. Yeah, but I'm going to say this, though. I hate when people, no shade to you, Al, but I hate when people do that. But what about the kids that are good or come from a good home? Listen.
There's a lot of good kids, rich kids that are shooting up places.
But there's no perfect process. Yeah. So, of course, you got kids that come from good homes. I call them Damians, demon seeds, okay? Demon spawns. There's some kids that just going to be, they going to be that.
Donald Trump.
But we know with good parents and good upbringing and all that other stuff, most time kids turn out well. They turn out okay.
Yeah, if the parents are involved as much as possible. A good example, Tay, got her 2 boys. They're very very active. They're, her parenting skills. I got to give it to her. I mean, when I see her,
absolutely
excellent.
Absolutely. And Eric says we learned beating our kids from white slave masters.
Yeah, fear.
White people know. They say white people or something are known for beating or not known. I think it meant they're not known for beating their kids. No, honey. You might. Okay, let's think about what you did. Pow! Shut up, mom.
Eric, get down. Eric, get down.
Now go in the corner.
A woman be in there for 15 minutes trying to get the kid down from the ladder.
Listen, I was one of those parents that could get a look. And after that look was going to come a right hook. Yeah. I'm just playing.
Yeah, well,
I'm just kidding. I never right hook my daughter.
A real quick story, and it happens a lot, too. Sometimes if, the parents, especially military people, the one parent is away and the one parent's at home.
Yeah.
With my youngest son, I had to tell his mom, do not demonize me. Because it's like, I'm going to call your father. I'm going to call your father. That made me look like I'm the...
That was wait till your father gets...
Right.
Y'all remember that cartoon, Wait Till Your Father Gets Home?
And a lot of women don't want to hurt, beat their kids, especially when the father's involved.
Well, because...
It's a shared thing.
But traditionally the father... Because my mom used to do that.
Yes. See, but the thing is...
was like...
Yeah, no, and that's how you're supposed to be. I wanted to be the father that if I had to get involved, you're in trouble.
Well, I would tell you this. Yeah. My mom would do that to us and say, I'm going to tell you that. And because my dad, owned his own business. He was gone all day. And then waiting for him to get home.
Yeah, you're just like...
Oh, we was just like nervous wrecks. He's like, oh, he's going to kill us. He's going to beat us. And 99.9% of the time, my dad wouldn't even... He'd be like, what they...
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah, he said
okay, don't do it no more.
Did not tell you.
All that, and then we're like, Ma, you blew all that up for nothing. I'm just saying.
It worked, didn't it?
And let's see. And Secret Garden, hey, he says, love is the answer. However, remember, love has tough side also. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm not saying little, tighten up.
Yeah, so
It's not necessary.
Some kids are hellions. You gotta, meet them where they're at.
Yeah, and Eric, I'm with you. Like I said, I'm older now, and I'll be changed my thought process. I don't believe in beating either, because beating is violence, and we're teaching children to be violent when you beat them. And I always say to people too, like, yeah, she should have beat him, and she did. And I asked them, would you advocate doing that to your child?
Of course not. It's like,
well, yeah. So I'm like, don't advocate for somebody else's child what you wouldn't want done to yours, because then this is what I say too about something like that. Is now that it's all on social media, there's no room for that little boy to ever have redemption. When you get in trouble and you get scolded or spanked or whatever, there's supposed to be redemption. Like, okay, I love you. I don't want you to do that anymore. Now go on about your life. Now that video will forever be ingrained in his life. So how does he get redemption from that?
But then when that's now the new norm,
right?
Sad.
And Jonelle says resurrect means change, and we must change from our programmed negative state of thinking and self-destruction from the base of white lies to the state of self-awareness, self-love, and the living truth which we the living truth which we are born by nature to be. Our separation into our own black sovereignty and being is imperative. Absolutely. We need to start being who we were meant to be, who we were put on this earth to be. And that's not none of the stuff we are seeing, especially in regards to the Popeyes chicken sandwich. But I don't want to go there. Brandon says, sorry, typo. It, not I. Oh, no worries. And Eric says, schools get the special ed check. Yeah. And who are they putting that label mostly on?
Black.
It's
boys.
Us.
Yep.
Well, he didn't. He's comprehension is a little this. I think we'll go ahead and put him in the special, because they tried that.
Look at all the athletes. Look at all the athletes. Most of the athletes are in special ed,
right,
going through high school and college.
Brutes. Training. They tried that with my daughter when she was like second grade. When she didn't rock the boat. She got in trouble for something she didn't do, and so I went and I ate the teacher's lunch. I was nice about it, but I still ate her lunch. So they tried to call a meeting with this person and that person. I said, I know good and hell goddamn well you ain't trying to come up in here and tell me my daughter got problems. I said, no, I'm not signing none of this stuff. Try that with somebody else's parent who's slow.
Wait a minute.
I'm mad that you waste my time because I have to take a day off of work.
Miss K.
Yes.
You can get a check out of this.
I don't want no check.
You can get a check, girl. Come on, everybody else does it.
I ain't everybody else.
This is the system.
I ain't everybody else.
We're trying to help you.
And Marcus says, Byron Allen, do black people even understand what Comcast is really trying to do to keep us out of the country club boardroom? Well, I don't think they do understand, and I don't even think it's necessarily about the country club boardroom, because we should build our own boardroom, if 3%
you will. 3% of the media.
What he's trying to do, to your other point, is not allow Comcast to destroy the Civil Rights Act of 1866. Right. Because if they win, then they get to change everything. And it says that people from all levels, not just on a major scale like Comcast, can discriminate against you while you're trying to engage in business. So for anybody who wants to try to become an entrepreneur and get, let's say, loans and different things like that, they can discriminate against you, and they can blatantly say it's partially because you're black. They can say that.
Unapologetically.
Right. And Al says the most powerful thing to discipline black kids is not a belt. It's what Demetra knows. I'm going to tell your daddy.
Yes.
Right. I'm going to tell your daddy. I mean, that's always hell. I mean, I know Al's girls hear that a lot. I'm going to talk to your dad. You know, I heard it as a child.
I don't mean to say this, Al, but look, your oldest daughter said, tell my okay, whatever.
Hey,
I got him.
What's happening? And thank you for the suggestion too. She actually is the one that suggested that talk about Byron Allen. Did you talk about him? I said we kind of did a little bit, but not really in great detail. Hey, Pamela, he said laugh out loud at Donald. I think he said Donald Trump touche or DT.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to talk about the idiot.
And Jonelle says, raise up a child in the way that it should go, so when it is old, it will not depart from it. Absolutely. So you're supposed to. The premise of that is a Bible verse. is to teach the child from the cradle. Don't wait till it gets 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and try to teach it something without to spend his whole life from that point watching you be an idiot or watching you do things wrong. And then all of a sudden you're a child, don't do what I do what I say. It's never worked. Train the child.